When I was 15, I stood in front of an open casket, consoling my mother while wrestling with my own tears. As hard as I tried, they squeezed themselves out of my eyelids. I imagine they were trying to get one final glimpse of my father, too. It's funny how they call it awake when the only person you came to see is anything but. As if the title of an event describes exactly how you want it to turn out. If that was the case, Dad, I would change the word for cancer to non-existent, label death a joke, and rename funerals to nightmares so I could wake up knowing you are still here. You were a soldier. Named me after one of your qualities, Nghiem, strict, serious. You've been a part of me since my birth. Drove me to school nearly every morning between kindergarten and my sophomore year. I used the radio to fill the space where our conversation should have been. There is no recording of your voice. So whenever I pause my life to replay these memories, I barely hear a thing. All I get is an image of you, and even that is fading now. I chose not to be a part of your life. I was young and foolish, and maybe it's still foolish of me to believe that we could have connected on something, but it's too late now. The first time I used the phrase Mom and Dad after you passed away, it shook my bones. As if my skeleton was an instrument for regret, with lost opportunities still ringing in my ears. In the weeks leading to your death, I avoided all contact with you. We lived under the same roof, and I didn't even look at you. Thinking the situation would somehow improve if I ignored it. Running away from the problem was easier than dealing, easier than seeing your decline. I am sorry for not being a better son. Since then, in an attempt to apologize, I've resorted to searching for you. I've chased you in clouds of cigarette smoke, chased you in daydreams that will never come true, chased you in pictures with your grandkids who will never remember who you were. I still haven't found you. I don't talk about you much, but trust me, I haven't forgotten. I just hate remembering what it feels like to lose you, to be reminded of how much I hate myself for never saying goodbye all the time, all the silence that should never have existed, the relationship I neglected and have no chance to make up for. I tried to keep a stiff upper lip, but seeing them lift your stiff body broke me. I prayed that some of my days would be taken so your wife could smile again. Can someone please tell me what happens when puddles of tears become oceans and you still don't know how to swim? I've regretted and held these things inside for years. And I'm tired. Tired of sleepless nights and hypotheticals. I am ready to move on. There is no doubt that if we had more time together, I would have learned many lessons from you. And Daddy, your baby boy has grown into a man. One thing I've learned is letting go does not mean forgetting. I've been looking for you for years, and I don't know if I will ever see you again. So instead, I will take this time and tell you what I couldn't say 6 years ago. Goodbye.